All right, welcome back. Filthy Kitchen Cooking with Squadgeman. I just cooked the second steak. This oil, I'm very, very disappointed with this oil. I don't even want to use it anymore, but unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of throwing away stuff like that. But the oil is all burned up in the pan, and there's no way that this is olive oil. I've been using olive oil for years. I've never experienced this before. Never. Ridiculous. Anyway, that's it. I'm stuck with this fake oil for the time being. Hopefully it's not toxic. God only knows what it is, but it's certainly not extra virgin olive oil. All right, got some butter in the pan. The heat is off, but I just cooked the steak, so that burner is hot. I just laid this pan actually on the burner for a little while, and that butter is really cooking, so we're gonna get ready with the eggs now. Eggs, why not? I'm gonna cook 3 eggs instead of 4, my usual 4. Apparently, I've heard this, that I've come across it a few times actually. First time I was in California and I was listening to NPR, National Public Radio, and there was a guy on talking about how less nutritious the food is and how in the past 100 years, for instance, an egg has half the nutritional value that it did 100 years ago. So, back in my grandmother's day, when she would eat 1 egg, she'd have a boiled egg. That was probably enough food for her, but these days, 1 egg is half of what it was. It might still have the same protein content, I don't know. I'm sure some of the nutrients are the same, but by and large, it's half as nutritious, whatever that means. So, ever since then, I ate 2 eggs instead of 1. So if I was going to have 2 eggs, I would have 4. If I was going to have 1 egg, which I don't imagine I ever did, I would have had 2. But that's why I eat eggs. And since I listened to that, I've heard that stat more than once. I did a course on nutrition, and I believe I even came across it in that course. I think the woman who gave the course even brought up the same stats. But I know I've come across it at least twice, probably 3 times. Now, could be an echo chamber situation where everybody is just citing the same sources, but that doesn't mean the sources are wrong. But anyway, the whole point right now is usually I have 4 eggs. Today I'm going to have 3 because I do have this steak. And I'm just trying to ensure that I have enough food in my system to get me through the shift. And where meat digests very quickly in the intestines, for instance, you know, you have 3 sections of your small intestine. You have your duodenum, you have your jejunum, and your ileum. Duodenum meaning 12 inches, so that's the first 12 inches where a lot of interesting things happen, particularly the acid from the stomach is neutralized right away. Then you have your jejunum, which means empty, because back in the day, medical students dissecting corpses would always find this area of the intestine to be empty for whatever reason. And then you have the ileum, which means the area within your pelvis, which is called the ileum, I believe. And that section of the intestine is lower down, further along the track. Now, when people have surgery and they need a colonoscopy bag, there is never meat found in it, no matter how high up in the intestine that the colonoscopy bag is attached, because meat gets digested very quickly. And lots of strange things turn up in the poop, for instance, seeds and corn, of course, little bits of vegetation, but you never find pieces of meat. Now, I say never. Probably if somebody is extremely sick and about to die and can't digest meat for some reason, I may be proven wrong there, but I think I'm right 100% of the time. So people think meat is difficult to digest, but actually meat is the easiest and the first thing your body digests. It's 75% water, and you know, when you eat plant material, the indigestible parts of the plant are what you do not digest, and you have difficulty digesting. Fiber, some fiber is indigestible, and you have water soluble and fat soluble fiber, and yeah, your body has a tough time with that. Cell walls in plants are indigestible for people, so that matter carries on through, and that's actually the bulk of your stool for people who eat plants and whatever, you know, cellulose. Cellulose, it's basically wood. You can't digest wood. Even termites can't digest wood. Termites have bacteria in their stomach that digests the wood for them. So yeah, and truth be told, those bacteria are probably fungus, probably single cell fungus. What am I looking for? Pepper. I'll put some pepper on the eggs. Yeah, fungus can pretty well digest anything. Different species of fungus have different jobs, and different species digest different things, but when it comes to digesting stuff, fungus is king. Right. So anyway, I don't know why I went down that tangent, but oh, my food, the food I eat is mainly meat and now eggs, so a lot of that's going to be digested very quickly. And when I had the chicken fingers, which are covered in bread, they tended to fill me up longer, but I don't want to be eating processed food. I like whole food, and my diet is pretty protein heavy. Protein and fat heavy. I do get a lot of carbohydrates, but that's mainly because it's almost impossible to avoid carbohydrates with a Western diet, which is why obesity is such an issue. But I'm quite happy with my diet as it is, and unless the doctor tells me otherwise, I think I'm doing fine. Do I have too much salt? I would probably say yes, too much salt. But everything seems good. I do exercise, and I try to get enough protein, if nothing else. All right, where are we? Eggs are cooking. Video is running. Get rid of these shells. Weekend is coming. Got my coffee, got my steak, waiting for the eggs. Got lots of sleep, and it's still fairly early, which means I can leisurely eat my food, drink my coffee, and not be in such a terrible rush. I even have tomorrow's steak ready and waiting, which is good. So, everything is where it should be for the time being. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. So tomorrow, I'm sure I'll probably be a little sore still, but I will ride the bike, I will do my boxing, and hopefully I'll get back to lifting a few weights. If not tomorrow, then certainly on the weekend. That's the plan. I'm just getting ready here to fold this omelet. I was wondering why it was taking so long, and I realized I didn't have the heat quite as high. And the reason I didn't have the heat quite as high is because this burner was very hot from when I cooked my steaks. Now these eggs are falling apart when I flip them. But I think that's because I've been adding milk. I've been adding some milk to the eggs. And the reason I've done that is because I have milk here, which is a strange thing for me. I never buy milk, but I was really in the mood for some cereal. So last time I went to the supermarket, I bought a box of Fruit Loops. And of course I ate the whole thing in 2 days. And there's still some milk left over in the fridge, and if I don't add it to the eggs, it's probably just going to end up getting poured down the sink eventually, because I'm not a milk drinker. These eggs look good. The milk does make them fluffier. I probably should have cooked them on slightly higher heat, but that's fine. Anyway, let's call this video here. The food is almost ready. So, remember, who loves your baby? This guy, don't forget it. Remember, you're somebody's favorite person out there. Probably mine. Love you. Till next time, have a good evening, have a good day whenever you watch this video. There's still a video from last week with 0 views, strangely enough. So, if somebody would like to watch that one, I'd appreciate it. I don't mind 1 view, I don't mind 2 views. It's just when I put up a video, nobody watches it. I should probably not worry about that, but anyway, it'd be nice if somebody saw it. So until next time, love you, and goodbye.